I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on GBN, we're diving into a book you're just going to love. It is called Illusion of Happiness. It is a powerful contemporary romance novel about first love, unfinished business, and the kind of chemistry that refuses to fade. When Elizabeth Ward learns that Michael Lessing, the man she never truly got over, has returned to New York City, one unexpected reunion cracks open everything she thought she'd outgrown. Set between the pulse of New York City and the calm of rural Connecticut, author Karen Gray delivers an emotional, page-turning story of longing, healing, and choosing your heart. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put her on TV today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Karen, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I think in all of us, there's always that one that got away. And we wonder about them, we think about them, we might even look them up on Facebook from time to time to see what their life is like now. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration for this book.
Actually, it started with a song. The song, beautiful lyrics by Marilyn and Alan Bergman. Where do you start? And the opening of the song is, where do you start? How do you separate the present from the past? How do you deal with things that you lost that you thought would last? And it's a favorite song of mine, and it was just after listening to it countless times. One evening, I said, this is the story. I'm going to write this story.
Yeah.
So that's how it got started.
Amazing. Music can be very, very inspiring. I love to listen to music when I'm writing as well, and I try to make my writing as lyrical as possible as well. This book is very real. It's very heartbreaking at times. What was it like writing it? What was it like going through this journey of your characters?
It's funny you ask that question, because still, when I read it, the manuscript or now the book, I still tear up in all the same places, even though I know it's coming. But yeah, I think why it's so emotional is, as you said in the beginning, it's something that everybody can relate to. A relationship that ended, that never completely goes away. So it's that place in your heart that's always just sort of being tugged by a song or a phrase or somebody coming down the street that looks like this past person. So it's, when I was writing it, it was intensely emotional, partly because it took me to a place that the story resonates with.
Yeah. You title the book Illusion of Happiness. Is happiness an illusion? What is happiness? Talk to us a little bit about what happiness is.
Yeah, I think people make a mistake about happiness. They think it's like the state of being, when actually, to me, happiness is moments, small moments. And I think we grow up, especially in this country and a culture, with a kind of fairy tale mentality about relationships, about love. And I think we feel like if we have love in a relationship, that's all you need, that all the little things don't count. But it's all the little things that end up causing a relationship to fall apart. So in this story, in all of the relationships, not just of the main characters, but all the relationships, there's part of what's going on. It is an illusion that they have what it takes to make this relationship work. And they've sort of sublimated all of the problems that should be dealt with in order to have longevity. But I think that's what we do in relationships.
Yeah, if you could get back together with that someone special who got away, I don't know if it would work. I mean, that's how I feel that reunions don't necessarily work. You might love someone, you might think you love someone, you might desire to be with someone, But when it comes down to it, there's a reason why it didn't work the first time. And those reasons are probably still there. That's kind of the message in this book in some way as well.
Oh, absolutely. I, I have found relationships, even if they're not romantic, if you're away from them for a long time, like a friendship, and you try to reunite, there too much time has passed. You're in different places in your life. And also, I think, as you said, that the reasons that caused the problem are still there.
Yeah.
But we sort of romanticize what it would be like to find this person again.
Yeah.
And how coming together would bring back all those old feelings, all the good feelings. But you're right, it doesn't work like that. And sometimes, at least I think sometimes, it's better just to keep them in the past, to keep the memories
Yeah.
that were, and just let go.
Exactly. As you speak, so many song lyrics come to mind. When I saw her last night, I got that old feeling. That's
Yes,
a Frank Sinatra song. And you
yes,
spoke before about seeing someone who looks like that person. I just saw somebody who looks just like you. She walked like you do. I thought it was you. That was a song from the
that's
70s as well. So it's the stuff of love stories. It's the stuff of love songs. And I'm sure for some, it does work out. They get together. They were taken apart or broken up because of circumstances. Maybe they were too young. Maybe they didn't have enough money. Maybe family got in the way. So some reunions might work. But I think, like you said, for most people, if you have that someone who got away and you still reminisce every now and then about them, it's best to keep it in the past. It might be safest to keep it in the past. The juxtaposition of where Elizabeth lives and Michael lives, New York City and coastal Connecticut, is wonderful as well. Talk to us about the settings and what they mean to the story.
um, I'm originally a New Yorker, so um, I, I I drew on a sense of what that city means to for for people to live in. It's an alive presence all its own. So I felt like New York was a character in essence, kind of defining um, the relationships, Michael to Lizzie to um, Aubrey to Julie and to all of the people who live there. New York is a huge part of their existence, who they are, how they function, how they see their lives. And, and for Elizabeth, um, New York was something that she always saw as her salvation. That this was the way she was going to have the life she always dreamed about.
Yeah.
But she also started to realize that it called on her to be someone maybe she wasn't. And when she found Connecticut, she found, I think, who she really is.
Mm.
So it gave her a chance to sort of balance those two things out: the striving, the longing, and um, the coming to terms with who she is in her life.
Yeah. They're beautiful settings and they really are characters. Coastal New England is an area that you can fall in love with. Completely different than New York City. New York City, particularly after you leave it, can be romanticized. You forget about the congestion, the pollution, the crowds, and the crime, and all of that. But it's a very, very compelling novel, no doubt. Have you envisioned this as a movie?
I hadn't until a friend who read the manuscript in early stages said to me, "This should be a movie,"
Yeah.
and she was starting already to figure out who was going to play what parts. So, um, so when I think about it now, I could see it being a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what actors I would pick for the parts, but I could see this being a movie. It has a sense of drama, I think,
Yeah.
that makes it a good candidate for a movie.
Yeah, like I said, everybody thinks about that one that got away. Everybody dreams of coastal New England and New York City. And an unexpected reunion with someone you lost years ago. So I think it would be a great film. How do you like this for casting? It might not be how you wrote the characters, but I think it would be compelling casting. Jennifer Aniston as Elizabeth and Brad Pitt as Michael.
Maybe that's a little cruel.
But that's the reunion everybody in the world would love to see, right?
That's true. It's
Right.
absolutely true.
So I
Yes,
think
that's pretty good.
if they could work together, I think that'd be an amazing film. It'd be like Robert Redford and Barbara Streisand getting together again. You know, it's one of those kind of love stories that people want to see happen. So I think that would be great. Tell me a little bit about your life as a writer.
I have always written, even as a little one. Um, I've always written for myself because I enjoy it. I enjoy exploring things that I'm interested in through writing. And I like the discipline of sitting at my desk every morning with this to do. So I never actually, to be honest, contemplated publishing. It just, it didn't seem like something I needed.
Yeah.
But with this book, because it's not the first, it's just the first I've published, I was getting harassed by family and friends. You have to publish this. So finally, they pushed me into it. And now I'm actually excited. I'm glad I've done this. And I'm enjoying this whole journey, this process. And I get a chance to speak to you. So that's pretty good.
Yep. I agree. It was a beautiful book. It was well worth publishing and sharing it with others because I think it has a universal appeal, no doubt. What's the one takeaway message from Illusion of Happiness that you would like readers to experience or have stay with them after they close that last page?
That's a good question. I think I don't want people to avoid that love affair because it doesn't last. I think that would be a mistake because there's some that the enjoyment, the highs, the experience of having that, even if you have to give it up, is worth it. And so I would like people to think about that, because often people, instead of dealing with the relationship in the present, start projecting, why would I do this? Because it's not going where I want it to go. All the reasons we do for walking away from something. But something as special as Michael and Lizzie have in this book is worth having. And I think they as much said so that even though it doesn't last, even though they can't go back to what they had, they would never have ever changed going through this experience.
Exactly.
So the journey is special. The love is special. We don't need to always have our eyes open. That's no fun. So
Exactly. Better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, right?
absolutely.
Basically, that's the message.
That's the message. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people, despite their heartbreak, once all is said and done, if a relationship doesn't work out, they're glad it happened for the most part. I mean, some people, obviously, their relationships become extremely troubled. But if you have just a love affair and it's not forever, it's better to have had that brief moment in time with that person that you can cherish for the rest of your life than to have never experienced that at all. Wonderful, wonderful book, wonderful writing, wonderful author. The name of the book is Illusion of Happiness. It is written by Karen Gray. It is an unforgettable story of love revisited, emotional survival, and the courage it takes to reclaim your heart. Karen, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you, Logan. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
I appreciate your time, your insight, and the wonderful work you've done on this book. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford for the Global Book Network. So long for now.